I still remember the day my grandmother passed away. It was a sad and somber occasion, and our family was devastated by her loss. We all thought that with time, the pain would lessen, and we would be able to move on with our lives. But little did we know, my grandmother had other plans. It started with a phone call. A call that would change everything. I was home alone when my phone rang. I picked it up, and to my surprise, I heard my grandmother's voice on the other end. At first, I thought it was just my mind playing tricks on me. But as I listened to her talk, I realized that it was really her. She sounded just like she did when she was alive. Warm and loving. She asked me how I was doing and if I was taking care of myself. I was shocked and didn't know what to say. I tried to explain to her that she was dead, that she had passed away. But she just laughed and told me that she was fine, that she was just on the other side. The call ended abruptly, and I was left standing there, wondering if I had really just talked to my dead grandmother. I tried to brush it off as a prank call, but deep down, I knew that it was her. The calls continued, and each time, my grandmother would talk to me about her life, about the things she used to do, and the places she used to go. She would tell me stories about my childhood, about the times we spent together, and about the memories we created. It was as if she was still with me, still a part of my life. But as time went on, the calls started to change. My grandmother's voice would sound different, more distant, more cold. She would ask me strange questions, questions that didn't make sense. And she would tell me things that I didn't want to hear. She would talk about the darkness, about the void, and about the things that lurked in the shadows. I started to feel a sense of dread, a sense of fear. I didn't know what was happening, or what my grandmother was trying to tell me. The calls would come at all hours of the night, and I would wake up to the sound of her voice, whispering in my ear. I tried to avoid her calls, but I couldn't. I felt like I was being pulled into some kind of nightmare, a nightmare that I couldn't wake up from. And then, one night, I received a call that would change everything. My grandmother's voice was different. It was wrong. It was like she was no longer human, like she was something else, something evil. She told me that she was coming for me, that she was going to take me with her to the other side. I tried to scream, but my voice was frozen in my throat. I tried to run, but my legs were paralyzed with fear. And then, everything went black. When I came to, I was lying on the floor, my phone still clutched in my hand. The call had ended, and my grandmother was gone. But as I looked at my phone, I saw something that made my blood run cold. The call log showed that the call had lasted for hours, and the number that had called me was my own. I realized that the calls had not been from my grandmother at all, but from something inside me, something that had been awakened by her death. I was the one who had been making the calls. I was the one who had been talking to myself. And I was the one who had been descending into madness. The truth was too much to handle, and I was consumed by the darkness that had been lurking inside me. I am still getting the calls, and I am still talking to myself. But now I know the truth. The calls are not from my grandmother, but from the evil that has taken over my mind. And soon, I will be gone, consumed by the void. And the calls will stop. But until then, I will continue to answer, continue to talk to myself, and continue to descend into the abyss.